Welcome to the Palace of Versailles. Today we took a train about an hour southwest of Paris to explore the grounds and the gardens of the Palace of Versailles. So let's check it out. The Palace of Versailles is the second most visited monument in the Paris region of France, putting it just behind the Louvre and making it even more popular than the Eiffel Tower. The palace was made the opulent display of wealth it is by Louis XIV, and it's estimated to have cost more than $2 billion to make. Today the palace is a historical monument and UNESCO World Heritage Site. These royals have these super deep couches that look really comfortable. Behind me is the king's bed, and we're in the king's chambers right in the center of the palace, and the sun is just shining in through the windows. What a glorious place to wake up. So not that far from the king's bedroom is the queen's bedroom, which is facing the garden, and I think a little more beautiful, maybe because it's later in the day and the sun's shining in right now. Just past King Louis's bedroom is the Hall of Mirrors, which has, like, I don't know, a lot of mirrors, and it looks pretty glamorous.
I think it's 357 mirror.
357, Ahmed?
Yeah, 357 mirrors and 7 windows. Thanks.
I'm gonna check you on that.
Oh, you can double check. Thanks, bye.
So I think probably in the summertime when the plants are more in bloom, these gardens are a little more beautiful, but even now that it's winter, it still looks pretty glorious. One's like you, Ahmed. Here he comes. We're leaving the garden and we're walking towards the estate of Trianon, where there's an area where Marie Antoinette lived and called her area. It's kind of muddy, but the foliage is really beautiful. So the estate of Trianon, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, consists of 3 parts. The first is the Grand Trianon, where Louis XIV would have a mistress come visit him. Trying to head to the rest of the Trianon estate, and we completely went the wrong way. Ended up walking through tall, wet grass for a long time, and then got stuck in some downpour, a pretty decent downpour of rain in the mud and the wet. Just to find our way, it was not pleasant. If you're gonna come to this area of Versailles, I recommend being very careful that you know where you're going, because you can easily get lost in this area. On the map, this area is all white, indicating, hey, you don't want to be here. It's not even part of the route. I can verify, especially in a wet, cold time of year, you don't want to be there. And then there's the Petit Trianon, which is an area for Marie Antoinette. You know what that is? Finally, we're at the Queen's Hamlet, where Marie Antoinette spent her time. It is so cute, it has a rural look. There's pumpkins growing over there. Everything is covered in like hay or something. It is just adorable. This Queen's Hamlet was designed in the style of Normandy villages and was used by the Queen and her friends to amuse themselves by playing as peasants. We paid $4.30 to take this train back to the front of the palace because it's such a walk, and it's a nice view. It's a little bumpy between the garden and the Trianon. This dude thinks it's totally worth it.